Goldberg teases his return, but when and where is that going to happen? Amongst those returns, Vincent Kennedy McMahon is back. But
He's hired.
But it's not what you think. Stay tuned and find out what that even means. And Alexa Bliss, well, an imposter of Alexa Bliss, scams a fan out of an exorbitant amount of money. That and so much more coming up. Well, not more. Just that coming up. But on that note, we move on to your favorite segment, my favorite segment, everybody's favorite segment. We move on to Cheap Pops.
What does everybody want? What does everybody need?
Oh, another cheap pop.
What does everybody love?
Well, that cheap pop is there for the taking.
We kind of already touched on this, but Bill Goldberg, he was on the Game Day crew, College Game Day. While he was on the show, he said that he might as well go ahead and break some news. He talked to Triple H, Ari Emanuel, and Nick Khan, and they promised him that he will have his retirement match in the year of 2025, so next year. Now, when he said this, they were watching the clip of him in Atlanta at Bad Blood, where Gunther called him out, and he points at the screen and says, and I think we know who my last victim's going to be, or at least I hope. So he, teases that he is going after Gunther. So that match is, in fact, all but confirmed. Gunther versus Goldberg will happen in 2025. Now, this brings up a little bit of a tricky situation, because I was thinking ahead. I'm like, okay, 2025. Well, where the hell is it going to happen? Because on the table, if you will, is John Cena versus Gunther at WrestleMania. So then we can't do it at WrestleMania. I don't think Goldberg is going to be having a retirement match at a B pay-per-view.
SummerSlam.
He's going to go all the way to SummerSlam?
Wouldn't that be the next big pay-per-view after WrestleMania?
Yeah. I don't know if we would consider Money in the Bank a big pay-per-view or not.
I mean, you could do you could do another pay-per-view, but if you want like the big, especially since SummerSlam is going to be 2 nights.
Okay. Yeah, then that makes sense. You can do it at SummerSlam. But then that means Gunther has to walk out as champion, or maybe he doesn't.
Well, I mean, he can walk out as
and
champion against Cena and then lose it. Maybe Goldberg costs him the title or something.
Yeah. By the way, during the Crown Jewel pay-per-view, did you happen to catch that little WrestleMania thing that they showed?
I don't remember.
So basically, they just showed a little video. WrestleMania coming to Las Vegas. Just a normal little video package thing. But at the end of it, John Cena shows up and it says, "The champ is here." So pretty much confirms he's going to be at WrestleMania. I would say that tells you that he's going to have that Gunther match at WrestleMania.
You better lose.
Nah, he's going to win. He's got to overcome Gunther.
If Gunther loses to fucking Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and Cena, come on.
Yeah. But if he does win, that being Gunther, so he's beaten Cena. Now we know he's going to have a Goldberg match coming up next year, too. So he's actually got a pretty busy year coming up for old people. We'll just see how it has to play out. But yeah, that's our Goldberg news. Goldberg.
They had him lose the fucking go-home show match. Couldn't even have that. And then he lost clean as a fucking whistle on the pay-per-view. Fuck that shit.
1 loss, 2 loss.
So that means Gunther has lost 2 consecutive matches.
Well, he didn't get pinned.
No, but he still lost.
He did.
You know the formula. He's supposed to win this match and then lose the pay-per-view match if he's going to go under. Or he loses this match and then he wins the pay-per-view match. He doesn't lose to Cody Rhodes clean.
Yeah, he doesn't get either.
Bullshit.
But let us know in the comments if you are excited for Gunther versus Goldberg match. I've been on that train pretty much the whole time. I am excited for it. Next up, Vince McMahon has returned. But, again, it is not what you think. It was announced on Wednesday that Vince McMahon is launching a new entertainment company with former WWE executives. For this, we go over to Sports Illustrated. Vince McMahon is not throwing in the towel just yet. The former WWE chairman is in the beginning stages of creating a new entertainment company, according to PWI Insider report. Despite his ongoing legal issues, the legal issues where he was shitting on that girl's head
And stop
keeping her
paying
in a
her.
cloak closet, allegedly. Once those things are over, he is going to be starting a entertainment hub company. Basically, he's going to be focusing on producing films and TV projects
He
in
wants to
the
be
realms
Harvey
of.
Weinstein.
Is that what he does?
Have a studio where people make movies and shit. That's what it sounds like he's doing.
Yeah, he's doing that, fiction and nonfiction. As of right now, the report is he is not going to get back into the wrestling realm, so he won't be competing with WWE in the wrestling realm. I say just yet. Like, give it time. When this fails, like the XFL failed, like the Bodybuilding Association or whatever the hell that was failed.
World Bodybuilding Federation.
Yeah, like the Las Vegas.
The casinos, the restaurant, everything other
Yeah.
than wrestling.
Yeah, everything that he's tried to sneak wrestling into has failed. This will probably fail too. I mean, I don't know how he failed just producing, but I'm sure it will. He'll probably have to put his Vince McMahonisms on it. And then also, I think he still holds some stocks or some shares in WWE. I think once he cuts ties with that, there's a chance that he's all the way back and he starts his new promotion, which we've already talked about.
Or maybe he's just waiting for Shane to debut in AEW and then do a hostile takeover.
Maybe. But it is funny that he announces this new production thing because there was a story floating around. I didn't know if it was like a real thing. That's why we didn't cover it. He was so upset with the Netflix documentary that he intended to do his own documentary.
I could see him doing that.
Yeah. He wanted to tell the real story, as he says. So it's funny that.
So he made his own studio.
Yeah, it's funny that was floating around, and now we get that he has his own studio now. So maybe he was serious about that.
We'll have to compare and contrast if it happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But yes, that is Vince McMahon being back in the entertainment realm.
John Laurinaitis will be the only person sticking up for him.
Well, he had a lot of people on his side.
That was before all that stuff, though.
True.
I don't know if they'll publicly do it now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who would back that.
Yeah. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
So, he's going to be producing his own little documentary thing. It'd be interesting to see who picks it up. I don't think Netflix will.
Probably not.
Like, no, you're not kidding. We told the story. That's the story.
Tubi will take it.
Probably. Actually, Tubi is not bad. And it's free.
They're what Hulu used to be.
Yeah. Maybe that's what makes them good, is that they're free.
Yeah. Free is always good.
I have to sit through like 8 hours of commercials before I see this. But that's okay.
Yeah. And you need an account for it to remember your shit.
On that note, we move on. I read this article the other day, and did you know that a recent poll showed that 57% of the Gen Zers, so the younger kids who are about to come into the workforce, and 47% of adults who are already in the workforce, the number one job that they said. Now, I wonder where they did this poll, because if you're asking online, of course, it might be skewed there, because that's over half, and then for adults, that's nearly half. But 47%, the same answer of what they want to be when they grow up is an influencer or doing social media in some way. TikToks, YouTube, Instagram. That was the answer. They want to all be influencers. Well, if you were to ask this poll in Nigeria, I would guess that the same percentages work out for people who want to be a scammer. Everybody wants to be a scammer in Nigeria. Probably teach the young kids, the adults. It's like, hey, we got to get you into this scam game. Well, news broke coming from the New York Post. There was an elderly gentleman who was scammed by a Alexa Bliss impersonator. It's a long story. They really detailed it. But as the story goes, this older gentleman, his name was Alfred Mancinelli, he believed that he was in a relationship with the WWE star Alexa Bliss. Now,
More
this guy
importantly,
was...
he thought Alexa Bliss was in dire straits, and the only person in the whole wide world that could save her from those dire straits was Alfred Monticelli. 79 years old.
Yes, he's 79. She is 33. And he thought she was in a relationship with him, although they never talked on the phone, of course. Never video chatted, never FaceTimed, none of that. But
I think the impersonator just sent trinkets every now and then. Bought some shit with the money he sent.
he gave him a little bit back.
Yeah.
Now, there were other scammers involved, so it wasn't just her, but basically he's ended up spending near $1 million on scams.
Was Nikki Cross involved too?
Why would you be?
Well, you said other scammers, so were they impersonating other wrestlers? Because that'd be funny. Like, you get Nikki Cross. I heard you helped Alexa.
Can you help me too? So yeah, his son discovered that he had this heated relationship with Alexa Bliss, who he thought, but again, this was an imposter.
And his son was just trying to come in between Dad and Alexa's relationship. He couldn't stand their happiness.
His son obviously was jealous and got Das Boot. He did estrange son. Like we said, he had $1 million of a nest egg. By the time the son found out about all this, he was down to about $100,000. So the son tried to take his money from him because obviously the son was like, "This is not Alexa Bliss." Dad didn't believe it, so his son tried to take his money from him. Then the dad sued him. Nothing came out of that because the dad passed away. So now the son said his dad wouldn't have let up if he didn't die.
So the guy that got scammed originally, he's no longer with us.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
But the son revealed some of the messages and stuff he found. It read like a love novel, and Alexa included claims of Vince McMahon humiliating her and refusing his advances and being hospitalized due to menstrual periods that were really bad that she needed him to send her money to pay for the medical expenses.
My pussy's cramping. Send me money. I need $20.
And yeah, so
what a dummy. Rest in peace. But oh man, what a loon.
And
what a
again,
maroon.
If you're talking to a wrestler online, they're not talking to you. Let's just say that. Whatever wrestler you're talking to online is not them.
I'm sorry, there's no situation where somebody famous is going to be desolate and reach out to you for help.
True. Remember a couple years back, the guy who attacked Seth Rollins, he had gone through the same thing. He thought he was sending money to Seth Rollins, and he was. And then that's why he jumped on stage and attacked him that one time.
So he was trying to get his money back?
Yes.
From a scammer?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So we thought it was just some random fan running out trying to wild out, but he was actually trying to get his money back.
He was debt collecting. How much
like,
did he owe?
Get that money, bitch. It never said.
It's got to be a lot if you're going to jump over a barricade on live TV, right? Because you got to know you're not getting away with your money. Deep down inside, you have to know that you're not walking away with anything but an ass whooping.
I know I'm not getting my money back, but I got to try.
Yeah. It's a principle. You got to know you can't play with me.
This is super weird.
Yeah.
And why would you even do it? Well, I guess because you need the money, but...
What is this like little ring of scammers just impersonating wrestlers for?
I don't know.
How stupid are wrestling fans for falling for scams?
Well, it's easy to get scammed. I got scammed once. Well, I didn't send them any money, but I got, you won this iPad. Just click this link and put your information in. And as soon as I did, I was like, fuck. Immediately called the bank and was like, I did the thing. I don't know what I was thinking, but I did it. Also, it should be noted that it's so easy to put your information in now.
But like, that doesn't mean you need to be sending money to
buttons.
Fucking strangers that you meet on the internet.
That's true. I mean, I can understand if you actually have, like, FaceTimed. If it's me personally, we would have to at least have hung out in person. Maybe my dick would have to be wet a little bit.
It's the anal. It's almost $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, butt stuff.
Like, something would have had to happen for me to come up off my money. Oh, last thing. What was I talking about the Nigerians? They traced it back to somewhere in Nigeria that these messages were coming from. So that's where the Nigerian part comes in.
Are they doing anything about it?
What can they do?
Extradite them.
That money's probably long gone, and you ain't gonna find it. But maybe it's just there's something off about wrestling fans. A lot of them. Not saying all of them.
I just know that at some point your survival instinct needs to kick in. And that little voice in your head that's saying, I'm making a choice between my next meal and giving somebody I don't know a wad of cash or whatever.
You're watching this person on TV, this superstar that you allegedly are a super fan of, or maybe you're in love with, like in that case. So why would you not be thinking, why are they asking me for money? They seem to be well off. I know wrestlers make a lot of money. Why does that never cross your head?
There's a lot of red flags.
Yeah, it just seems unbelievable. But also, this guy was like 80 years old, so old people do get scammed.
He was lonely.
I think they're the number one like scam group.
Yeah, I can see that.
They don't understand technology enough. You're just a lending ear. Like I remember my dad called me. This was a few years back. When my dad called me and he's like, I need you to help me to get some gift cards. And I said, gift cards? What kind of gift cards? Oh, Google, like the Google store? He's like, no, the Google on the phone. They told me they were going to send SWAT to my house if I don't get the gift card. They're like, oh, Dad.
Oh, wow.
But
SWAT?
Yeah, they were going to SWAT his house if he didn't get the gift cards.
Who is he talking to?
The Nigerian prince.
What corner of the internet did he fall into?
It was an email. Said, like, did you do anything to get swatted? No, that's just what they told me. Yeah, it's a scam. But on that note, that is all the stories we have. I guess on the last public service announcement, if a wrestler emails you and asks you for money, it is not that wrestler, so don't do it. And if you've been scammed, let us know in the comments so we can laugh at you. I mean, so we can look into it.